Welcome back to the deep dive. Our inbox has been just flooded with reports from the bleeding edge. We're talking about Samsung's One UI 8.5 beta,
Yeah, there's a lot of chatter.
a ton. So today our mission is to sort through all that hype, especially around this frosted gloss look and the new customization, and see how it holds up against the messy reality of early access software.
And we've got a lot to unpack for you. It's far from a standard maintenance patch.
It seems like it.
The fact that Samsung completely skipped the usual X.1 and X.1.1 updates tells you everything. This is a significant mid cycle refresh. And critically, One UI 8.5 is built on the foundation of Android 16 QPR2.
Okay, you dropped the jargon right off the bat. So for anyone listening, QPR2, that's quarterly platform release 2, what does that actually mean?
It means this update has Google's latest core system architecture changes for Android 16 baked right in. So it's not just Samsung putting a new coat of paint on things.
Right, it's a deep integration with the newest OS foundation.
Exactly. So we're going to sort through the design philosophy, analyze the major new features, and then, yeah, we have to look at the chaos coming from those beta test mega threads.
The mega threads are where the real story is.
They are, all to give you a clear picture of what you should expect and, I guess, when.
Okay, first, let's talk eligibility. Because this beta is really exclusive, it's only for the top tier hardware right now. We're talking the Galaxy S25, S25 Plus Ultra, and the S25 Ultra.
And just to be clear, that means, sorry, Edge and FE owners, you're out of luck for now.
Yeah, and you need to be in one of the launch regions, right? Germany, India, Poland, South Korea, the UK, or the USA.
That's the list. And if you're holding out for the stable release, you should probably circle early 2026 on your calendar.
Early 2026.
Yeah, we fully expect the stable version of One UI 8.5 will land right around the launch of the Galaxy S26 series, which is likely February 2026. This beta is basically a crucial pre optimization for that next gen hardware.
Okay, let's get into the part that is dominating every single discussion thread, the new aesthetic. I mean, One UI 8.0 was so flat. People were really underwhelmed.
They were. And this seems to be a direct answer to that.
Yeah.
It's a complete pivot away from that flat, segmented look to something Samsung is calling deeply immersive.
Immersive. So, what does that mean in practice? More blur.
It's all about transparency, blur, and depth. Those three things together give the UI elements like your menus and your quick settings this feeling that they're sort of floating above your wallpaper.
It sounds beautiful, and the screenshots look amazing. But my first thought is, does that make things harder to read? You know, if you have a busy wallpaper, does function get lost for the sake of fashion?
That's the key question, and their answer seems to be this concept they're calling liquid glass. It's not just a simple blur effect like you'd see on other platforms.
Right.
It's a proprietary thing. It has a subtle 3D effect that gives elements a bit of visual depth. And crucially, they apply a very carefully calculated blur intensity and color layer on top.
To make sure text stands out.
Exactly. It's all about making sure legibility stays high, even if the wallpaper behind it is super bright or chaotic.
I'm glad they're thinking about that. And it's not just the backgrounds, right? I'm seeing this floating design language on actual interactive parts of the UI.
Yes, consistency is key here. All of Samsung's own apps now have this compact, pill shaped tab bar at the bottom. It's visually detached from the edge of the screen, which really adds to that floating look.
And the buttons at the top, too.
Yep, same design principle applied to the back navigation and search buttons. They float as well.
So it feels less like the UI is just slapped on top of the wallpaper and more like it's interacting with it.
You've got it. The best example is in the media page settings. Before, it was just this solid dark block covering everything up.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now in 8.5, it's this translucent blurred pane that lets the colors and patterns of your wallpaper just kind of bleed through. It adds depth and it really ties the whole OS together visually. It's a direct fix for one of the biggest complaints about the last version.
That visual consistency sounds great. But let's talk about functional consistency, or what users have been demanding for years, control over their quick panel. This is arguably the headline feature of 8.5.
It is. And it really raises the question, why did this take so long? I mean, for years, people have complained about how restrictive Samsung's quick panel was.
Right, you couldn't really reorder or resize things without some third party app like GoodLock.
Exactly. So this feature where you gain complete granular control to add, remove, reorganize, and reorder every single control tile, it represents a fundamental shift for them.
It feels like Samsung is finally letting go of some of that absolute control, moving closer to the flexibility you see in, like, stock Android. And it's not just moving tiles around, is it?
No, it's truly granular. Beyond just placement, you can now change the physical sides of the toggles themselves. And you can even personalize the controls. So, say you prefer a vertical slider for brightness when you're using your phone one handed.
You can actually choose that now.
You can choose that over the classic horizontal one. That's the level of personalization power users have been begging for.
Okay, now let's connect this to the broader ecosystem. The second big utility feature is called storage share. The name's simple, but it seems huge for anyone living completely in the Samsung world.
Storage share is all about removing friction. It lets you access files from your other nearby Samsung devices, your phone, tablet, PC, even your TV, directly inside the My Files app.
Wait, hold on. So if I take a photo on my S25 Ultra and I want to get it on my Galaxy tab,
Yeah.
does it just show up? Do I have to pair them every time?
It's designed to be seamless. The only real requirement is that all your devices are signed into the same Samsung account. The system just sees they're near each other and that they're yours.
And what if the other device is older, not running 8.5?
As long as it's running at least one UI 7, the target device just has to accept a one-time prompt to allow access. It just streamlines everything without needing the cloud or some clunky peer-to-peer app.
That is fantastic for workflow. But just to be crystal clear, this doesn't work with non-Samsung stuff, right? Like my old Windows PC or a Pixel phone.
No, and that's the crucial clarification. This is an internal ecosystem boost. It works beautifully between your Galaxy Tab and S25, but it's not going to solve your file sharing problems with that old Dell laptop.
Got it. An ecosystem lock-in feature, but a really useful one. Speaking of connectivity, there's also an expansion of Auracast.
Right, what Samsung calls audio broadcast. And the S25 series is getting a very specific upgrade here.
So what's new?
Auracast has always let you broadcast media audio to multiple Bluetooth devices at once. Now, on the S25 series, they've added the ability to broadcast your actual voice using the phone's microphone.
Oh, that's huge for utility. I'm thinking like leading a tour group where everyone has earbuds or just using your phone as a little microphone for a presentation.
Exactly. And then on the security side, there's a really important new layer: enhanced theft protection.
What does that do?
It rolls out something called failed authentication lock. If someone tries and fails to verify your identity too many times, PIN, fingerprint, whatever, the device goes into a much deeper lockdown, protecting more settings and data than before. It's a great defense against someone trying to brute force their way in.
Okay, that covers the official shiny feature list. But now we get to the really interesting part. This is a beta, and the user reports from the mega threads are, well, they're a study in contrast.
Hype versus reality, yes.
We have this strange, almost unbelievable battery paradox popping up in the feedback.
It's wild. On one hand, you have a huge number of users reporting what they call a significant improvement in battery life over the stable 8.0 build.
I saw people claiming 9, even 10 hours of screen on time with heavy use. People are using words like insane. That just sounds too good to be true for a beta, which usually makes things worse.
It does. And some of those users also say the animations feel smoother, that it feels like a final build. But we have to be a little skeptical here.
Of course.
Early beta feedback can be unreliable. People sometimes mistake the effect of a clean software install for true optimization. We'll see if those claims hold up over time.
And we have to balance that praise with some really severe functional issues. For power users, the biggest one is good lock just not working.
That's the classic beta tax, isn't it? Good luck modules, the things that let you deeply customize your phone, like HomeUp and QuickStar, they're completely incompatible right now. You just get an unsupported message.
And for anyone who relies on those, it means your entire customized home screen layout is just gone. It's a jarring, painful reset.
It is. And it goes beyond customization. There are major functional bugs. The Gmail app is crashing for a lot of people when they try to copy and paste.
It's a daily workflow killer, a total non-starter for so many. And that's tied to WebView incompatibility, right?
That's right, which shows how deep these under-the-hood changes really are. And then there's the performance. For every person saying it's silky smooth,
there's someone else saying it's sluggish. I saw specific complaints about a 300 millisecond delay when using the multitasking gesture.
Exactly. So performance is completely conflicting right now. It probably depends on the specific S25 model or what apps you have installed. It's a mess.
Let's not forget how hard it was just to get into the beta. The slots filled up almost instantly, and carrier-locked devices, especially on AT&T, were apparently ineligible.
Which really speaks to the high demand, but also, the inherent instability of this whole process.
Yeah.
But that instability is what lets us look forward. This software is a bridge to the next generation of hardware.
Right. So let's talk about that future. The stable One UI 8.5 is coming in early 2026, right alongside the Galaxy S26. How does this S25 beta specifically prepare for that new flagship?
It's all about setting the stage for hardware differentiation. A lot of the key features in 8.5 are clearly designed to be optimized for, or maybe even reserved for, the S26's advanced hardware. We're talking specifically about its new NPU.
The neural processing unit. Can you break that down for us? What does a better NPU actually do?
Think of the NPU as a dedicated brain for AI. It handles complex, real time AI and machine learning tasks without bogging down the main processor. It makes things like image recognition and generative AI editing way faster and more power efficient.
Which brings us to features like continuous photo assist editing, where you can stack a bunch of generative edits without having to save each step. That needs a lot of horsepower.
Precisely. And while that features in the 8.5 beta, the S26's superior NPU is expected to deliver just dramatically faster and more accurate results when the final software lands. But what's even more telling is what's missing from this public beta.
The missing AI features we saw in the leaks.
Exactly. Things like notification suggestions and summaries, where the AI analyzes your patterns to give you proactive nudges or condensed summaries, those were seen in early builds.
But they're not in the public S25 beta at all.
They're completely absent. And that strongly suggests Samsung is holding back its most AI heavy features. They want to launch them in their best, most optimized form on the S26. They need the S26 to feel like a generational leap in intelligence, and the new NPU is how they'll do it.
It's a classic hardware software synchronization play. So, okay, let's wrap this up. The key takeaways are pretty clear. One UI 8.5 is a huge aesthetic upgrade with that frosted glass design.
And you get key user demanded features. The fully customizable quick panel is a massive win, and storage share is going to be fantastic for anyone deep in the Galaxy ecosystem.
But, and this is a big but, you have to remember this is a true beta. You're trading all that for critical problems like good lock not working and those awful Gmail crashes.
Though we're still cautiously optimistic about those battery reports, it all sets the stage for a really fascinating couple of months. You've got this powerful software update landing just weeks before brand new hardware.
So here's the final provocative thought for you to think about. If the stable One UI 8.5 hits the S25 series weeks before the S26 even launches, how does Samsung manage that friction? They have to balance the experience for S25 owners getting the new OS, all while knowing that the best, most powerful NPU-driven AI features are being held back to make sure the S26 feels like a revolutionary step forward, not just an iterative one.
That is the delicate dance they have to pull off. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the One UI 8.5 beta.
Thanks for diving deep with us. We'll catch you on the next one.